Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. Today we're tackling enterprise e-commerce platforms, specifically how to choose the right one. We've got a great blog post from 2022 that compares a bunch of different platforms looking ahead to 2025.
Yeah, it's a pretty comprehensive piece.
So whether you're running a massive online store, thinking about scaling up, or just curious about what goes on behind the scenes of these huge e-commerce operations, this one's for you. Let's jump right in. First off, what exactly are we talking about when we say enterprise e-commerce platforms? It sounds pretty serious.
It is, yeah. Think about your average online store, something you might set up on a basic platform. Now imagine that store handling like thousands, maybe even millions of shoppers at once, processing orders from all over the world and keeping all that customer data secure. That's where enterprise platforms come in.
So it's not just about having a website with a shopping cart.
Right. These platforms are built to handle massive scale and complexity. We're talking high-volume transactions, customer journeys with tons of different touch points, and integrations with all sorts of other tools.
Like what kind of tools?
Oh, things like CRM for managing customer relationships and ERP for handling the back-end operations. It's a whole ecosystem.
Okay, so it's a pretty big step up from a basic online store.
Definitely. And the blog post reminds us that it's looking ahead to 2025. By then, customer expectations will be even higher.
Higher? How much higher can they go?
Think personalized experiences everywhere, super fast shipping, and seamless interactions across all channels. Like if you're not on social media, mobile apps, and in physical stores, you're basically invisible.
Yikes, that's intense. So choosing the right platform is about more than just keeping up with today. It's about future-proofing your business.
Exactly. This isn't just about tech terms. It's about making strategic decisions that could impact your business for years. The blog post actually highlights 5 big players in the enterprise e-commerce space: webnexs, Wedcart, Shopify Plus, BigCommerce Enterprise, and Salesforce Commerce Cloud. Each one has its own strengths.
Okay, so let's start digging into these platforms. webnexs, the blog post, mentions this thing called a headless architecture. I've heard that term, but honestly, it's a bit over my head. Can you break it down for us?
Sure. Think of it like building a house. Traditionally, the foundation, the walls, the roof, it's all connected in a specific way. That's like a traditional e-commerce platform. But with a headless approach, you're separating the front of the house, what the customer sees, from the back of the house, all the underlying systems.
So it's like you can design the exterior of your house any way you want, regardless of how the plumbing and electrical are set up inside.
You got it. That separation gives businesses a ton of flexibility in how they create their online store.
Interesting. So going back to webnexs, what else makes it stand out? The source material mentions some pretty specific features.
What's cool about webnexs is the level of control it offers, especially for multi-vendor marketplaces. Like real-time vendor payout transparency. That's a big deal for building trust with your sellers.
Because they can see exactly when they're getting paid. No more guesswork.
Exactly. It fosters a sense of fairness. The source also mentions region-based delivery optimization and controlled access for affiliate marketing.
It's like they've thought of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Now let's move on to Wedcart. This one's laser-focused on multi-vendor marketplaces. Each vendor gets their own space.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, so they've got features like bulk product uploads so vendors can save time, and in-stock notifications to keep customers in the loop.
Those are pretty practical for sure.
Oh, and they have this cool Find and Earn event plugin.
Find and earn. Okay, you have to explain that one.
Think gamifying the shopping experience. Customers can do these challenges or activities to earn rewards or discounts.
So it's like taking something from mobile games and bringing it to online shopping. Pretty creative.
It is. It shows how e-commerce is becoming about more than just basic transactions,
Right, it's about the whole experience. Okay, now for the big one, Shopify Plus. Everyone seems to be talking about it. What makes it so popular? Especially for companies that are growing like crazy.
Shopify Plus is built to handle huge amounts of traffic and transactions. So if you're a brand that's seeing rapid growth or you're expecting a big surge in demand, like during a sale, it can handle it.
So no website crashes or slow loading times.
Nope, it's designed for smooth sailing even under pressure. But there's more to it than just power. Shopify Plus also offers a lot of customization, especially with the checkout process.
Why is checkout so important?
It's the make or break moment. A clunky checkout process is a major reason people abandon their carts. With Shopify Plus, businesses can streamline that experience and hopefully get more sales.
Makes sense. Now, the blog post also mentions something about strong API integrations. with Shopify Plus. What does that even mean, and why should our listener care?
Okay, so APIs let different software systems talk to each other. Think of it like a waiter taking your order and bringing you your food. Shopify Plus has a strong API-first approach, so it connects easily with other tools and systems.
Like marketing stuff, email, inventory.
Exactly. It creates a seamless ecosystem so you don't have to manually transfer data between different platforms. Saves time and headaches.
Right, no more spreadsheets.
Mhm.
Okay, next up we have BigCommerce Enterprise. What's their deal?
They're all about customization. They want businesses to create really unique online stores, from the design to the customer journey.
So they're for businesses that want to stand out.
Yeah, if you have a specific vision, BigCommerce Enterprise gives you the tools to build it, and they're super scalable too.
So can they handle high sales volume and a lot of products?
Absolutely. They also offer seamless omni-channel selling capabilities.
Okay, omnichannel, break that one down for me.
Think about it. Today's customers shop everywhere. Social media, their phone, a physical store, and maybe they finish the purchase on their laptop later. Omnichannel means providing a consistent experience across all those different touch points.
So it's like a seamless journey no matter how they're shopping.
Yeah, and BigCommerce Enterprise has the tools to manage that, from inventory to customer data.
Got it. And they've got security and analytics covered too, right?
Of course. They take security very seriously, and they offer in-depth analytics to help businesses understand their performance and make better decisions.
All right, last but not least, we have Salesforce Commerce Cloud. Salesforce is a huge name in CRM, but what are they doing in e-commerce?
They're using AI to create super personalized shopping experiences. They take the customer data they've gathered through their CRM and use it to tailor every interaction on the e-commerce site.
So it's like they already know what the customer wants.
It's kind of like that. They can predict preferences, recommend products, and even personalize the messaging each shopper sees.
Sounds pretty powerful. How does that even work?
They have these algorithms that crunch tons of data, past purchases, browsing, demographics, even social media. It creates these detailed customer profiles.
It's like having a personal shopper for every single customer.
Exactly. Besides that, their cloud-based infrastructure is super reliable, and they have built-in CRM integration, which is a huge plus.
So all your customer data is in one place.
Right, and they've got features for everything: marketing, promotions, fulfillment, customer service.
Salesforce Commerce Cloud definitely seems like it's for businesses that are all about personalization.
Yeah, they're leading the pack there. But there's actually more to consider than just these platforms. The blog post talks about 4 main types of enterprise e-commerce solutions: headless, open source monolithic platforms, enterprise SaaS, and composable tech stacks.
Wait, I thought we were already talking about different types of platforms.
We are, but these categories are a bit broader. They're like different approaches to building your whole e-commerce infrastructure. Think of it like choosing a car.
Okay, I'm listening. How do cars relate to e-commerce?
Well, you could go for a sleek, pre-built sports car that's like enterprise SaaS. It's ready to go, it's reliable, it comes with all the features you need.
Okay, I get it. So what's the classic car of e-commerce?
That would be the open source monolithic platform. You can customize it like crazy. You have access to the code. You can make it your own.
So that's for businesses that want total control and have the technical skills to handle it.
Exactly. But it also requires more maintenance, like a classic car. And then for ultimate flexibility, there's the composable tech stack, like building your own car piece by piece.
You're choosing the best parts for each specific need.
Yeah, you get exactly what you want, and it can be more cost-effective because you're not paying for features you don't need.
That makes sense. So it's all about finding the right approach for your business. We've talked about platforms, approaches, but what about the challenges businesses face as they scale?
Oh, there are always challenges, but the right platform can actually help address them.
Like what? What are some of the biggest headaches?
One is managing all these different systems and integrations. It can get messy fast.
Like a bunch of puzzle pieces that don't fit together.
Yes. But a lot of enterprise platforms have that API-first architecture we talked about, which makes integration way smoother.
Streamlining things. What else?
Global transactions, for sure. Dealing with different currencies, payment methods, and regulations can be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
But some platforms offer integrated solutions for that to make it easier. And of course, there's security.
Huge issue. How do these platforms handle that?
They have robust security measures like encryption, multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, and they're constantly updating to stay ahead of threats.
So they're taking it seriously.
They have to. Now, what about keeping up with new technology? E-commerce moves so fast. How can businesses stay ahead?
It's a good question.
Scalability and flexibility are key here. A good platform will let you embrace those new technologies without having to rebuild everything.
So it's about future-proofing.
Exactly. Think AI, chatbots, predictive analytics. It's all changing the game.
Okay, we've covered a lot. Platforms, approaches, challenges. Any key takeaways before we move on to listener questions?
Definitely. First, enterprise platforms aren't just for huge companies anymore. They're becoming essential for anyone who wants to compete online. They give you the tools and the security to handle the demands of e-commerce today.
So it's not just about having a store, it's about having a system that can support you as you grow.
Right. Second, there's no perfect platform for everyone. The right choice depends on your specific needs and goals.
Do your research, figure out what's important to you.
Exactly. And finally, investing in a good platform is an investment in your business's future. It can help you overcome challenges, work more efficiently, and stay ahead of the curve.
Great advice. Now, let's see what our listeners are wondering about. It looks like our first question is about webnexs and Whitecart. They're both for multi-vendor marketplaces, but what really sets them apart? Is it just features or something more?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's about the approach. I'd say Webnex is all about control, giving businesses the ability to customize almost everything.
So it's for businesses that have very specific needs or want to do things their own way.
Exactly. They might need features like those granular product controls or the vendor payout transparency we talked about. Or maybe they need to fine-tune things like delivery or affiliate access.
Whereas Whitecart seems to be more about keeping things simple, right?
Right. WeCart's focused on ease of use for both vendors and shoppers. Features like bulk uploads and in-stock notifications, they streamline things and make the experience smoother.
So if you're just starting out or you really value simplicity, Whitecart might be a good fit.
It could be. It depends on what's important to you and what you see for the future of your marketplace.
Okay, our next question is about headless commerce. We talked about it briefly, but can you go a bit deeper? What are the real-world pros and cons?
Sure. Remember that house analogy? Imagine you want to completely redesign the front of your house. With a traditional house, that could mean big structural changes, expensive and messy.
But with headless, you can change the front without touching the foundation.
Yeah, exactly. In e-commerce, that means you can create totally custom shopping experiences without being limited by the platform. You can use any technology you want, try different designs, tailor it for different customers or devices.
It's about freedom and innovation, right?
Right. You can move fast and keep up with trends. And because you're not tied to the platform's updates, you can develop and launch new features faster.
So there's a lot of agility. Are there any downsides, though?
Well, you need the technical expertise to make it work. You need developers who know APIs and how to integrate different systems.
So it's not for everyone.
It's not a plug-and-play solution for sure, but for businesses that want that flexibility and control over their customer experience, it can be a huge advantage.
Okay, our next question is about security. Everyone wants to know how these platforms keep customer data safe, especially with all those integrations and third-party apps.
It's a big question, and for good reason. These platforms know security is critical. They use a multi-layered approach to protect data and meet all those industry standards.
Can you give us an overview?
Sure. First, you have end-to-end encryption. The data is scrambled, both when it's moving and when it's stored. So even if someone intercepts it, they can't read it.
It's like a secret code.
Exactly. Then there's multi-factor authentication, adding an extra layer of security to accounts. You need more than just a password, maybe a code from your phone or a fingerprint.
So harder to hack into accounts.
Right. And role-based access control, meaning only authorized people can see certain data. It's about limiting access and protecting sensitive information.
Makes sense. So it's not just one thing, it's a whole system.
Yeah, and these platforms are always updating their systems, fixing vulnerabilities, and doing audits to stay ahead of the bad guys.
It's a constant process.
It has to be. Security is always evolving.
Okay, we have a listener who's really interested in composable tech stacks. Can you tell us more about the benefits and challenges of that modular approach?
Think of it this way. You can buy a pre-built house, or you can build a custom one. Pre-built is easy, but you don't have many choices.
With a custom house, you get exactly what you want.
Right. That's the idea behind composable tech. You pick the best technologies for each part of your e-commerce operation and then connect them using APIs.
So instead of one platform, you're creating a custom solution.
Yeah, and that gives you a lot of flexibility. You can swap out components as you need to, upgrade things easily, and scale without redoing your whole system.
So it's about being agile and adapting as you grow.
Exactly. And since you're only paying for what you use, it can be more cost-effective.
Are there any downsides to this approach?
There are. You need technical expertise to integrate everything properly. You're working with multiple vendors and technologies, so it can be more complex to manage.
So it's a trade-off. You get control and flexibility, but you also have more responsibility.
Right. It's not the right fit for everyone, but for businesses that want to be on the cutting edge and have the resources to manage it, it can be a really powerful approach.
Okay, we have a question from someone who's about to go global with their e-commerce business. They want to know how to choose a platform that can handle international transactions. Any advice?
Going global is exciting, but it definitely adds complexity. Suddenly, you have multiple currencies, different payment methods, tax rules, shipping logistics. It can be a lot.
Sounds overwhelming.
It can be, but the right platform can make a huge difference. Look for multi-currency support so customers can shop in their local currency. That can really help with sales.
Because no one wants to do math while they're shopping.
Exactly. You also need a platform that works with different payment gateways because people in different countries prefer to pay in different ways.
Makes sense. What about language?
Oh yeah, language is huge. Customers are more likely to buy if your site is in their language. Look for a platform that makes it easy to translate everything and create multilingual storefronts.
So it's about making international customers feel at home.
Right. And then there's shipping. You need a platform that integrates with international carriers and helps you manage customs and all that.
So going global is a whole other ballgame. You need the right tools, for sure.
You do. It takes planning and the right technology to make it work smoothly.
Okay, our next listener is thinking ahead. They get the benefits of an enterprise platform, but they're wondering about the long-term impact. How will their choice affect their business years down the road?
That's smart thinking. Choosing a platform is a long-term decision. It's about setting yourself up for success, not just today, but 5, 10 years from now.
It's about more than just the features you need right now.
Yeah. Think about scalability. Can the platform handle your growth? You don't want to hit a wall where it can't keep up with your business.
Right, you don't want to outgrow your platform.
Exactly. And flexibility is crucial. E-commerce is always changing. Will your platform let you adapt to new technologies and trends?
So you need a platform that can evolve with you.
Right. And having a strong partner ecosystem is a huge advantage. A platform with lots of apps, developers, and a supportive community can give you the resources you need as you grow.
So you're not just buying technology, you're joining a community.
Exactly. It's about finding a partner who can support your long-term vision.
Our next listener is curious about AI in e-commerce. They heard the buzzwords, but they want to know how it's actually being used to make online shopping better.
AI is changing everything in e-commerce. It's not just hype anymore. It's about making things more personal, efficient, and engaging. Let's start with personalization.
Everyone's talking about personalization, but how does AI actually make it work?
AI can analyze tons of data about customers, what they buy, what they look at, their demographics, even their social media. It creates these incredibly detailed profiles.
So it really understands each customer.
It does. And it uses that information to give each shopper personalized recommendations, search results, promotions, even messages. It's about making everything feel relevant to them.
So it's not just showing everyone the same thing.
Right. It's about creating an individual experience. AI can also improve customer service with chatbots and virtual assistants. They can answer questions and solve problems 24/7, which means human agents can focus on the more complicated issues.
So it's faster and more efficient.
Yeah. And because these AI tools have access to customer data, they can give more personalized support too, like reminding a customer about something they left in their cart or suggesting products they might like.
Much more helpful than a basic chatbot.
Absolutely. And then there's predictive analytics. AI can look at past data to predict future trends, like what products will be popular and how to price them.
So you can be proactive instead of reactive.
Right. It's about using data to make smarter decisions.
Yeah.
And as AI gets even better, we're going to see even more amazing things happening in e-commerce.
Like what? Give us a sneak peek.
Well, visual search is getting big. You can take a picture of something and instantly find it online. That's powered by AI. Voice commerce is growing too, where you can order things just by talking to your smart speaker. And augmented reality, where you can virtually try on clothes or see how furniture would look in your home. All these things are changing how we shop.
It sounds futuristic.
It is, and it's all happening now.
Okay, we have a question from a small business owner who's thinking about moving to an enterprise platform. They're excited, but also a little overwhelmed. Any advice?
It's a big decision. It's important to start by figuring out what you need. What are your goals? What's not working with your current setup? Where do you see your business going?
So get really clear on what you need from a platform.
Right. Then you can start researching and comparing different platforms. Don't be afraid to ask questions and talk to other businesses that are using them.
Do your homework, basically.
Yeah. And remember, it's not just about the technology. It's about the company behind it. Look at their reputation, their track record, their customer support. You want a partner who will be there to help you.
Okay, our next listener is also thinking about the long-term implications of choosing a platform. They get the immediate benefits, but they're wondering how it will affect their business years down the road.
Choosing a platform is about more than just today. It's a strategic decision that will shape your business for years to come. Think about scalability. Will the platform grow with you? You don't want to hit a limit where it can't handle your success.
Right, it's got to be able to keep up.
Yeah. And flexibility is crucial. E-commerce is constantly evolving. Can the platform adapt to new technologies, new trends, new customer expectations?
So you need a platform that's future-proof.
Exactly. And having a strong partner ecosystem can make a huge difference. A platform with lots of apps, developers, and a supportive community can give you the resources you need as you grow.
So you're choosing a partner, not just a piece of software.
Right. That's an important thing to remember.
All right, we have time for one last question. This listener is wondering about the future of e-commerce. What trends and innovations should businesses be watching as they plan for the years ahead?
The future of e-commerce is exciting. Things are changing so fast, it's hard to keep up. But one thing is for sure, mobile commerce is here to stay. More and more people are shopping on their phones, so your experience needs to be amazing on mobile.
So it's not just about having a mobile-friendly website, it's about designing the whole experience for mobile.
Exactly. And personalization is only going to get more important. Customers want brands to know them and give them tailored experiences.
We talked about AI earlier. How does that fit in?
AI is going to be key for personalization. It can analyze all that customer data and create truly individualized experiences.
So it's about taking personalization to the next level.
Right. And omnichannel commerce is going to be huge. Customers want seamless experiences no matter where they're shopping. Online, in-store, social media, it all needs to be connected.
So it's about creating a unified brand experience.
Exactly. And we can't forget about sustainability. Customers are demanding ethical and sustainable practices from businesses. That means offering eco-friendly products, using sustainable packaging, and being transparent about your supply chain.
So it's about values as much as it is about products.
It is. And then there's the metaverse and Web3. Those are still emerging, but they have the potential to completely change how we shop online.
The metaverse, that's a whole other topic. We'll have to do another deep dive on that sometime.
Definitely a lot to explore there.
So the future of e-commerce is looking pretty wild. A lot of exciting changes ahead.
It is. But by staying informed and being willing to try new things, businesses can thrive in this new world.
Wow, so much to think about. We've covered specific platforms like webnexs, WeCart, Shopify Plus, BigCommerce Enterprise, and Salesforce Commerce Cloud, plus those broader approaches like headless commerce and composable tech stacks, and all the challenges that come with scaling a business online.
It's a lot to digest for sure, but hopefully it's given everyone a better sense of what's out there.
Definitely. And, before we wrap things up, I wanted to touch on something you mentioned earlier about choosing a platform that aligns with a business's long-term vision. Really thinking about the future.
Yeah, that's key. You're making a strategic decision that will impact your business for years to come.
So out of everything we've talked about, what's the most important question a business should ask itself when making this decision?
That's a tough one. But I think the most important question is, what does success look like for our business 5 years from now? And how will this platform help us get there?
That's a great question. It forces you to think beyond just features and pricing.
Right. It's about understanding your goals, your values, and your vision for the future. It's about finding a platform that will help you achieve those goals and adapt as the e-commerce world changes.
And ultimately, it's about finding a partner who understands your business and can support your growth.
Exactly. Someone who's in it for the long haul, not just a quick sale.
Well said. And, thinking back on everything we've discussed today, it's clear that e-commerce has come a long way. It's not just about setting up a simple online store anymore.
Not at all. We're talking about sophisticated systems, AI, omni-channel strategies, and even the metaverse. It's a whole new ballgame.
It is. But with the right platform and a clear vision, businesses can navigate these complexities and achieve incredible things online.
Absolutely. The possibilities are endless.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap things up. We've covered a ton of ground today, from the nitty-gritty of platforms to the broader trends shaping the future of e-commerce. Hopefully, it's given everyone a solid foundation for making informed decisions about their own online businesses.
And a little inspiration too, hopefully.
Always good to have a little inspiration, right?
Mm.
So, to our listener, if you're ready to take the next step, be sure to check out that full blog post we've been discussing. We'll include a link in the show notes. And of course, if you have any questions or want to share your own insights, we're always here.
Yeah, reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
And that brings us to the end of another deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And until next time, happy selling.